like we did.
Exactly. Who's first?
Who's on first?
Who's on first?
What's on second? Third base.
We're looking for next week for return.
Well, I mean, you know, this has been a season full of adversity. Obviously, we had another player get injured, Amari Kelly, so we don't really have a backup center now. But we've asked Kellen Taylor to come back and help us because we're down to 8 guys. And he's agreed to come back and play in the games, which is a big sacrifice for him, so we're thankful for that.
So that would mean the Amari injury is season ending. Is that a correct
season
assessment?
ending.
Is there a specificity to the injury, or
It's
we
a
can't share?
fairly serious knee injury.
With where you're at right now, having seen Dayton before, how much does that help you prepare, especially given maybe a Toppin or somebody like that?
Well, it helps us. I mean, again, we want to play a good basketball game heading into the tournament. Our whole focus is on that tournament now. We want to win the game, don't get me wrong. We want to win every game we win. But what we're trying to do is make sure that we get Sin a little bit more geared up for the tournament, get a little more rust off of him, and get our guys ready to play in that tournament, which is very, very important for us.
What does the 20-win threshold mean to the program?
Well, I think it shows that you're better than you used to be. And that, you know, that we can be relevant, and we can be competent and consistent, and we can contend. So I think it's important. In the grand scheme of things, is 19 better? Is 20 better than 19? Until you win the championship, you can't be satisfied with 20, 19, 18, 21.
You've mentioned you've had to treat Sin as a swimmer. You've had to have him tell you, hey, I feel good after warm-ups today, Coach. Just where is the balance at this point versus that necessity you mentioned earlier?
Everything's on him right now, Zach. We put it in his hands because he knows that knee better than anybody. You know, he's been through it multiple times. And the hard part with that is he's such a competitor that he can overdo it. But if I notice anything, then I pull the plug. But mostly it's on him. He has to be mature enough to not play through injury. He can play through a little pain, but not injury.
With Senior Day coming up tomorrow, Zach Snyder is getting recognized. Obviously someone that does the dirty work but doesn't get mentioned. Just what's your takeaway on what he's meant to this Duquesne team?
Well, Zach's going to be a successful young man. He's a brilliant student. He's going to get a good job. He's got a good degree, good Duquesne business degree. He's been great. He's a good guy to have around on a daily basis. It's strange. This will be the first time I think in my career that I didn't have a scholarship senior. But I think that's a good thing.
What did you take away from St. Louis, the way that they out-rebounded you in the second half, the way that would happen, and then the positives you took from the first half that gave you that lead?
You know, I could be upset about the rebounding, which has been an Achilles heel all year. But when you think about Mike Hughes having foul trouble, no Rotroff, no Amari Kelly, we're playing a 6'5" center. I mean, we're like a small high school team. So you got to dance with the girl that you brought, right? And that's what we brought. So we just have to do better. We got to keep Mike Hughes out of foul trouble, keep him fresh, and hopefully getting Kellen will help us a little bit, just offset the losses. You can't lose 2 6-10s and not feel it at all. That's the bottom line.
Regardless of how Saturday goes, you're secured that you're not playing Wednesday, and that's in safe security, whereas last year was a little bit of a sweat. Just how much does that continue to show this program is trending in the right direction and the hard work is starting to be paying off?
So, Zach, look, we took over a program that was 10-22, 3-15. We went 16-16. That's a +6, right? And then we went +4 in the league, right? And then this year we've at least gone +3. You know, 3 non-league wins more and 3 league wins more. So we're making progress, slowly but surely. We just have to make sure we continue the climb forward so that, you know, someday when you win 23, 24 games, you say, oh, we had a rough time. That's what we're looking for.
How have you grown as a coach this year? We know that you have a specific way you like to play the game, but these guys have given you headaches in the sense you've had to conform to the comeback kids and what they've really brought this year. Just what have you learned this year?
I think any coach that isn't flexible and make changes in how they do their business with the millennials, the way you're a millennial, right? With the way the millennials are, you have to keep adapting. You have to keep adjusting. The basics remain the same, but the way you manage people has to change. Good? Thanks, guys.